All right, let's start here. A tangent. Describe to me what a tangent was. If I draw a tangent line in, describe to me what exactly happens with a tangent line in a circle. Tangent line, a line that's tangent. 5.
It touches the. It's a straight line that touches the outside of the circle.
How many spots?
1.
Only hits once. Only hits once. I'm going to introduce another term today. Anybody want to try to take a shot at pronouncing that bad boy? No? What's up, Anna?
Secants.
What are you, French? Yeah. Secant. Secant. Yeah, secant. Everyone, secant. All right, secant. Unlike a tangent, it intersects 2 spots, okay? A line that intersects the circle in 2 spots. All right, here's what we're going to talk about today. You guys know how to find every angle inside a circle. Central, inscribed, and what did we talk about yesterday? Floater angle. What if the angle's on the outside? Okay, how do I find an angle that's located on the outside of the circle? And I have some good news. It doesn't matter how it's formed. It's all found the same way. First thing, how's angle B formed? These are 2 what? I want to make sure you know your vocab here before break, going into the quiz. 7, those are 2 what there?
Which one?
Angle B is formed by 2 what in the first diagram? Tangents. All right, here you go, everyone. So these are 2 tangents. And you now have a new vocabulary word. Second diagram, how is angle A formed in the second diagram? How's angle A formed? 12, that's a what and a what?
Tangent.
And what's this new one here?
Secant.
Secant. All right, hey, everyone see a secant? It'll take some time, don't worry to roll off the tongue. Everyone see it hits in 2 spots? So this is a tangent and secant. And then how about the third diagram? How's angle A formed in the third diagram? Those are 2 what? 12. Oh, no, I don't. You already heard from you. I don't want to have to hear you say that word again either. 9. What is it? 2 secants. Good. All right, 2 secants. Good news, though. All these angles on the outside are formed the same exact way. Okay? It's formed, yeah, found the same exact way. And here it is. We're just going to get right to it. So angle on the outside of a circle I don't care how it's formed. 2 tangents, 2 secants, a tangent and a secant. I don't care how it's formed. If the angle's on the outside of a circle, remember how we added for the floater? If it's on the outside, we subtract now. Okay, we subtract the major arc minus the minor arc. Major always goes first. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So if you guys have a little space there. If you don't, that's fine. So let me just take this diagram right here. Angle B would be equal to 1/2, ready? So I'd find angle B by taking arc. What's the major arc there? Name the major arc that's in between angle B. Name the major arc that's in between it. 3. Spence, what's the major arc in between angle B?
ADC.
Good. ADC minus the minor arc in between, which is what for that diagram? 7? 8. Yep, AC. Good. So that's how I find it, guys. Floater from yesterday, I add them. If the angle's on the outside, I subtract them. No questions asked. Any questions? Going? We're good? All right. I got a couple special angles here before we go to work. An angle formed by a tangent and a chord. You guys don't have the 140 written there, huh? Angle formed by a tangent and a chord. All right, real quickly. I go through these questions every time now. If I look at angle, this angle right here, BAC, if I look at that angle, is it inside the circle? You can't say it's inside, right? Is it outside? No, right? I call it like you'll hear me say a tweener, like between. You like that, Spence? I know you did. But it's a kind of in between, like half of it's on the outside, half of it's on the inside. It's a tweener. If that's the case, all right, formed by a tangent and a chord, I take half its arc measure. All right, so if I have one of those betweener angles formed by a chord and a tangent, half its arc. So here, angle BAC, I'm going to take half of which arc here? What arc belongs to angle BAC? What arc is right in between it? Name it for me. 5? Arc BA, yep. Because C's not on there. Good. Looking snazzy today. Nice. Could have done something with the hair, but I guess I can't ask for much, right? All good? And wait till you're surprised for this next one. How do I find an angle formed by a chord and a secant now? This one? Oh boy. I don't have a rule for you, but I'm still going to ask you to find it. Dig deep here, above average math students. Dig deep. I may not have a rule that says take half the arc or do this to an arc. I may not have a rule, but you will still be able to find this. How, Spence? With what? What type of angle?
With inscribed.
Everybody, hey, find the inscribed angle, and then, yes, subtract it from 180. So don't give me, oh, I don't have a rule for it. It's impossible to find. Garbage. Hot garbage. You find the inscribed angle next to it, and you subtract it from 180. All right? All right, enough talking about these facts. Let's get to work. All right, let's get to work here. Let's roll. All right, finds angle CAB. CAB now. All right, here are the questions. Hey, I'm going to go through the same questions. You're going to get annoyed. Don't care at all. Inside, is CAB inside? Outside? No, it's half and half, right? It's a tweener right between. And it's formed by what's BA? Identify what BA is. I want to know how this angle's made up. 6, what's BA? And what's CA? Okay, so I go chord and a tangent. It's in between, so I take half the arc measure. And what's the arc measure with CAB? 10? What's that arc measure? Buck 40, yep. So I take half of 140. That angle's going to be 70 degrees. Everyone all good? All right, next one, number 2. Find the measure of minor arc, the smaller one, minor arc AB. Minor arc. So I'm looking at this one right here. What's the measure of that? Well, the 160 is there. What's next to it then? 1. Anna, what's next to 160? What's the angle CAB?
Between linear pair.
Linear pair, so this will be how many degrees? 20. Everyone agrees that angle is 20. What do I do to the angle to get to the arc? You know the relationship is that angle is equal to half the arc. So what do I need to do with 20 to get to the arc? It's 5? Yep. So that's going to be 20 times 2. 40 degrees for arc AB. Minor arc. Anything? All right, let's keep going now. Find angle X. Here's my first question, inside or outside? Ask yourself that every single time. Is angle X inside or outside? 5 again? Outside. Discussion's over. It's over. All right, this is over. Oh, it's on the outside? That means I have to take half of 2 arcs, subtract it. Subtract it. As soon as you tell me the angle's on the outside, done. Half of 2 arcs subtracted. Minor minus the major minus the minor in between. Here we go. 6, what's the major arc in between it? No. In between, I'm talking, look at the angle here, and I didn't do this well when I did the formula. I'm only looking at the arcs in between the angle. So the one that catches. So 90 minus what's the minor arc inside it? 20. And everyone good there? You're correct. I didn't go over that well at all. It's when I say major minus minor, it's the arcs in between the angle. Okay, whatever the arcs are right in between it. So minus 20, yep. So I'm going to take 1/2 of 70, 35 degrees for angle X. All right, ready for 4? Find angle X. Where's the 38? Inside or outside? Where's the 38? 8.
Outside.
Outside. Done. Discussion's over. So now 38 is equal to 1/2. You ready? I got to subtract 2 arcs here. The major minus the minor one in between. Whoa. All right, so let me highlight this. It's going to be the major, this green one, minus the minor, which is labeled X, right? So it's going to be something minus X. Everyone agree? Ooh, can you guys help me find that green arc? That's what I'm going to have to fill in here in this blank. Is that how long that? What's the degree measure of that green arc? All right, grab your calcs. I have 140 already. 140 is already done. How many degrees are left for the rest of the circle then? I already have 140. How many degrees are left for the rest of the circle? Let's talk about that. 140 is out. 7, how many degrees are left for the rest of the circle? Is that what, 220? 360 minus 240, right? I have 220 degrees left, right? Everyone agrees. Well, I already called that X, and there's 220 left. So how do you think I can represent the green arc now? I know there's 220 degrees left between these 2 arcs. That's already X. What about this now? How can I label that one? I know these 2 arcs have to give me 220. Well, that's already X. How can I get the green one? Think we know? You gonna take a shot, Iris? Darn right it is. Great job. 220 minus whatever that arc is, X. And that becomes, take a look, that becomes my major arc now. 220 minus X minus the minor one, which is also X. All good there? All right, here we go. Let's clean this up inside. 38 equals 1/2. 220 minus 2X. We talked yesterday, right? I like to get rid of the 1/2. If you would like to distribute, you distribute. It's up to you. I like multiplying both sides by 2, though, to get rid of the 1/2. So what do I have there? 76 equals 220 minus 2X. And then go ahead, guys. Do your algebra magic. And when you're ready, what is arc X? How many degrees in arc X? 8 when you're ready, Sophia.
72 degrees.
There you go, 72. Big concern here. Is everyone all right on how I found that green one was 220 minus X? We're good? Because you're going to use that same thinking on number 5 now. Hey, 60, inside or outside? 11, inside or outside? Outside. So here we go. You guys know how I found it. 60 was equal to 1/2 the minor arc minus the major. God, I always do that. Major minus minor. And look, the minor is what? X already? So it's got to be minus X. So what about the rest of it now? I'm looking for this arc right here. What's the measure of this one right here? Because that would be the major I write in. Think about what we did in the last one too. What's going to be the measure of that red one now? That's what I'm going to have to fill in here. 9, any thoughts? It would be. Darn right it would be. Great job. I like multiplying by 2, so that'll become 120. So what is the measure of that arc there when you get it? 5 when you're ready there, big boss?
120.
120. Look at you doing the algebra. So proud of himself every time. Questions? All right, you know what it's time for. King size. Here we go, king size. Now we know all these rules here. It's time for a king size. Let's make sure the givens are appropriately labeled here. AB is congruent to AD. Huh. Whoa. Hold on. I got a question. 13. Ready, Charlie? What's AB in this diagram? What do I call that? From just A to B. What do I call that piece? Yeah, chord. And what do I call AD? All right. I gave you in a circle 2 chords are congruent. And earlier in the week, we said if 2 chords are congruent, that means what else must be congruent? Congruent chords imply congruent. Finish it for me. If 2 chords are congruent, their what also must be congruent? Finish that for me. 9? Arcs. Yes. So, hey, if these 2 chords are equal, that means arc AB is the same measure as arc AD because of that fact. And wouldn't you know it, look what I just gave you a second. AB, arc AB, A to B is 150. So guess what else is 150? A to D. Arc AD has to be 150. Congruent chords means I have congruent arcs. Can you guys find any of the other arcs maybe for me? EOD is a diameter. Hint, hint. EOD is a diameter. Is any of those other arcs you could possibly find me? I want to try to find every single arc that's up there. And I don't have that yet. Can you guys help me find the arcs? Because you remember, that's the key to success in these king size problems. If you know all the arcs, you should be good to go. Talk to me here. 4, you know any of the other arc measures? Remember, EOD is a diameter, which means it cuts it into semicircles, right? AD was 150.
So that means ED.
What about EA?
EA.
Remember, this is a diameter, which means how many degrees do I have right here?
180.
Okay, well, I got 150 of them.
So EA would be 30.
All right, everyone good there? I got 30. Let's keep going. Keep going with me. Remember, this arc was AB was 150. I know part of it's 30. What's the rest of it then? Keep talking to me here. 10. What's the rest of this arc EB then? I got 30 here, and we were told that that whole thing was 150. 120. I like what you guys are putting out here. And then the only other arc I don't know is BD. But you know that's a diameter, creates a semicircle. What's got to be the measure of arc BD now, kids? 12? 60, because it's got to add to 180. Yeah. All right, there you go. Is everyone all right how we got to that point? And you're ready to go through A through F with me? Whoever's getting A, you're welcome. 4, you're welcome. What's the measure of arc AD?
150.
All right, yeah, you're welcome. It's already there, 150. Now everyone else is going to have to do some work here. All right, measure of angle BAD. Who's my victim here? 11. Kelsey, you ready? Nope, relax. All right. Here's your mindset right now. I'm going to ask Kelsey the same questions I'm going to ask all of you if you get called on. Inside or outside?
Inside.
Okay, if it's inside, I have three options. Central angle? Inscribed? Yeah, it's inscribed. And if she said no to inscribed, my next one would have been floater. So you got to go, okay, it's inside, so it's one of three angles. Central, inscribed, floater. It's inscribed, so now either I know my rule or I don't. How do you find an inscribed angle, Kelsey? Half of its arc, and what arc is it drawn to? Yep, 60 degrees. So that's how she got it, was 30. And again, darn it, label it 30. You never know, you might need it down the road. Label it 30. All right, good work, good work. All right, who's up next with me here? 8. Sophia, you ready? ACD. First question, inside, outside.
Outside.
I do not have any more questions for her. Because, right, there's only one way we find an angle on the outside. I take half of 2 arcs subtracted. So I need you to look in between angle C right now. Sophia, look right in between it. Give me the major and the minor arc in between it. So I'm looking right here. What's the 2 arcs, the major and the minor in between it?
The major is 150.
Great job. And the minor, 60. There you go. That's how we're finding these things. And you're still not off the hook. I still need that one.
It's 45.
45 degrees. Right? That's 90.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Label it. You never know. You might need it down the road. 45. Good work. Good work. All right. Who's up for me for part D? Angle EFB. Okay. You guys know how to find everything now. Ooh, 1. Anna, ready. EFB. Inside or outside?
Inside.
All right. Now I go down my checklist. Is it a central angle?
No.
Inscribed?
No.
Then I only have one more, and it's got to be
Floater.
floater. So floater, remember from yesterday, is now adding 2 arcs. All right, Anna, what arc belongs to EFB? What's that arc measure? EFB belongs to 120. And now look at its vertical angle. What's the arc measure of its vertical angle? 150. Yep, good work. What do you got there for me? 135. And I will put 135 in here. EFB 135. Yep.
That was the only one I didn't have out of all.
There you go. Number generator knows. We okay so far? I'm not doing anything nuts. I know it gets overwhelming when you see parts A through F, but we got to take it slow. EDA. 13. You ready to go here, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Inside or outside? Inside. Central? Inscribed. Done. So I'm going to take half, whatever arc it's drawn to. What's the measure it's drawn to? EDA. 30. So I'm going to take half of 30. 15 degrees. It's nice when you know your rules, huh, guys? 15. And then what am I left with here? I always have a tricky one at the end. EDC. Everyone, EDC, take a look at it. Four. Actually, we already went already. You had the easy one. I should have gave you that one, though. 5. Oh, boy.
I said 105.
Why'd you say 105?
But actually, no, I did it wrong.
Can I talk? Okay, I guess not.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So EDC, right?
Yeah.
Inside?
No. Well, partially inside. No.
Outside?
No.
All right, so it's like one of these tweeners, right?
Yeah.
All right. What is ED?
Semicircle.
No. Just the line segment
Oh.
ED.
180.
Just the line segment ED. E to D. What do I call that in a circle? You're good.
chord.
Okay, the diameter chord's fine. And what about CD? That's a what?
CD is.
What do I call that? That's a
tangent.
tangent.
Yeah.
So this is a chord and a tangent.
Yeah.
A tweener
Yeah,
angle,
yeah.
right? So I take half the arc measure in between.
So
So I know I'm going to make this messy, but here's angle EDC. See the arc that's in between it?
yeah,
What's that arc measure in between it? See it? This arc right here that's in
Yeah.
between it. What's the measure of it?
120.
There's more than that though.
Oh, 180.
180, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take half of 180.
90.
90 degrees. What's another way I knew it was 90? I didn't have to use that
I
rule.
said the way that was like 135, 45, 45, and 90. For like the whole triangle.
Okay, but this angle's not. I see how you got there. That angle's not 135 though. It's supplementary to it.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 45. So you went 45 plus 45 gives
Yeah.
you 90. How much is left?
90.
Okay, you could do it that way. Anybody do the fact that a radius drawn to a point of tangency is perpendicular? You can do 90 that way. A couple different ways. But you good? We're 90?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't even need to show much work there. 90 degrees. Yep. All right, you're on your own for this one. I'll write some work up here. LZ is 56 degrees. Find angle P. And it also says that's circle K, remember, circle K, so K is the center. Is it inside or outside? Okay, you guys should know how to find it if it's outside. Two arcs subtracted, right? The major and the minor. You already know the minor is 56. How do you find EZ? Nine. Who's got 9? How'd you find that major arc? Right here. It was missing here. EZ. How'd you find that? Good. And what'd you get for the major then? 124. Subtract them, take half of it. What's angle P? 30? 34? We good? 34? There you go. Yep. Okay, so you guys are good. All right, you're good. Not many. Okay, got a couple king size there, and that's about it. All right, please don't relax with it over break. Get it done sometime. Go ahead. You can work right up to the bell here since you don't have to get a textbook.